Okay, it looks like we are live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on Kano.ts, which is me writing a text editor in TypeScript, essentially. Alright. So today I want to change how we render the text. So currently, if I open the editor, we go here and I can type. Is it broken? Oh shoot, wait. No, why would it be broken? File not found. Why? Oh shoot, because I need to compile it, that's why. So yes, let's do that. Then TS, there we go. And now I can refresh it and type. Now, did it compile? It needs to compile first. It'll take a second. There we go. And now refresh, and there we go. I can type, and you can see there's a cursor. So just underline whatever the current character is that you're on. And yeah, we can insert there, and we can press enter to create a new line and things like that. Now there's some issues as you can see with the rendering, because of how we have to handle the new lines. And then also there's issues with like panes up and down arrows. That's not implemented yet. But basically, to create a new line, we have to insert a line break. So let me open I'll use Vim for highlighting. Here we have to insert this, but that's not a big issue. But it's really this, right? If we press enter, we have to insert this as a new line. And that's not exactly ideal, because then it creates those kinds of issues. And also, if you try to do a backspace, I can't get rid of that now. Try to do a backspace, then you have to delete. It deletes it one character at a time, essentially. So those are some of the things that need to be fixed. And I was thinking, I think we can use a canvas for this, an HTML canvas. So if we create a canvas, I didn't look into it too much, so it's going to be kind of experimenting, but that's all right. So let's create, instead of this here, I'll just create a canvas. I don't know if it has to be in a div, but we'll do that anyway. And then this will be the text. And I forgot the closing one. There we go. So that's going to break the whole thing, essentially, placing the canvas here. But we can get the element, and then we can get the context, and we can change the fill style. Yeah, so we can change like different things about it, and you can insert text. So I think it's text. Let's see, drawing text. There we go. So we want to use that. So actually, let's go into the script, and let's see where we actually get. Right, here's the text piece. We get it here. So we want to get element by ID. So this is not going to be this anymore. But it's going to be the canvas, right? And then I think we want to get the context, because that's how we fill everything. So we'll do let context equal text canvas is what we'll just call it canvas. Actually, I think we can do that. TypeScript is the best language. Well, it's a joke. It's ironic. It's not actually the best language, but you know, it's funny to say that it is. Yeah, so I'll set it to this, and we can update that later. So we'll set that and get that's not right. No, we want to get the canvas.get context. I got a little ahead of myself. 2b, there we go. And then we want to set context.font equals that, and we have the font. And then here we draw that, and I don't think we have to do it like this anymore, but I will, just so it will work, right? So context.draw text, I think, fill text. And I think we can just do this, but we'll see. So 10 and 50. So I don't know what those values are. We'll see what they are. I'll just copy them for now. And then we don't have that anymore. And that should be all. I think that's all of the rendering. Let's see if it compiles. It does not. So text P does not exist because this is now called canvas. So let's check the canvas first. Right, and the context should exist if the canvas does. But maybe we should even check the type. We'll get there. Font does not exist. Yeah, because it's context. Let's do. Let's not get context. This is not right. Where's that at? I'm a little confused. 24. Yeah, so it's not saving, it seems. So, let me restart that. Alright, canvas.get context. Right, so what is it? HTML element. The ID is that. Not canvas. Went live the moment I arrived at the gym. Bruh, bad timing. Or do you watch it at the gym? I don't know, actually. Like, listen to it? Let's see. Fill text. Why can't it get the context? doesn't exist on HTML element, but it is a canvas element. So what if I do dot get and I call this the content? Okay, I'll comment that out and see. Well, this now doesn't exist, so we have to get rid of that. Yeah, so it doesn't exist on this. That doesn't work, but why did it do this? What is the type of it? Is it going to be HTML element canvas? You'll come back later? Alright. Have a good workout. So let's grab the canvas. So I think it just doesn't recognize it as the correct type. So let's just tell it what type it's going to be. This will be HTML element canvas. I think is what it would be, right? If I'm not mistaken. But I could be, so I might have to look it up. HTML canvas, can we do that? What if I console.log canvas and see what it is, and then just return here, and then comment this out, and not have to do it like that. This doesn't work, right? And then it will tell me what the type is, so I can figure it out. Context doesn't exist. Right. I'll just comment all of that out. That's okay. Okay, and if I go here and I refresh it, what is the type? It doesn't print it out. Canvas, right? Doesn't tell me what the type is. Can I get the type? How do you do that again? I thought I had something here to check the type, but maybe I don't. Type of, is that a thing? Object. Okay, I might have to figure it out. So, TypeScript, HTML, canvas. Oh, is it HTML canvas element? That could be it. HTML canvas element. Is that a thing? So it doesn't let me do that. Okay. What is this? I don't know what this syntax is. Yeah. In this context. It's element. Yes, but I need it to be an HTML canvas element. String. Yeah, returns an element. Yeah. But it's a specific type of element, right? Because it doesn't let me call the get context unless it is that. Okay, and there we go. So then we can draw the text, and it draws that, which is not what I want. So let's get rid of that. And let's just set data equal for text.data. Let me see how that works. So I don't know how all the data rendering works, because I haven't used a canvas before. Like that works. And what about a new line? So what if we insert a new line? I don't know how it's going to display that. Right, I'm assuming this is the coordinates, right? The 10 and 50. Right, it just puts a space. So we need a way to keep track of the current line, and that's how we can display this, I believe. Let's see. So let's make the size a lot smaller. Let's do 12. Right, that's a little too small. I'm gonna be able to see it. Maybe double that. Okay. And so if I set this to 0, it would be at the left side, right? Yes. Okay. And this, should we do the size of it? Right, that should be each line. I think that makes sense. Kano2 browser, yes. Yes, what kind of? It's not an exact port, it's just I wanted to mess around with TypeScript, so I thought this would be a fun way to do that. And maybe look into some different data types, right? Like, I was thinking, or a data structure, rather. I was considering implementing a rope in TypeScript just to try out that data structure for text, rather than a regular string. But I'm not sure exactly yet. Text looks kind of weird, but I don't know if that's just me. Right. What happened there? Is it limited in size then? Okay, so we might need to resize the canvas. This doesn't need to be that. Let's just do, so you don't need the data copy, we can just do the text. And we can also change them based on where we're at. So yeah, I think each line, let's add a line to here. Line. data buffer. Yeah, so current line. So this is going to be the current line, and it will start at 0. And we'll iterate it whenever we do this. So we'll do line plus plus. Let's do buffer.line times plus. Yeah, times. Okay. And that is not quite right. The line should start out as well. Ice Girl O followed. Thank you. I appreciate it. It doesn't change the line, so that is interesting. Let's go log. But I don't need to print this out anymore. Let's print the current log. Right. Because it doesn't seem to be changing that. But that could be due to the size of the canvas. Line is not defined. Okay. Yeah, because we need to do buffer.line. Whoops. Try that now. Alright, and then it prints it out like that. So we need to print out sections of the text. So is there another way to display a new line? Alright, let's look at this. So we have fill text, XY, and then also maxed width. We don't care about that, really. So we might want to consider something like that. Silent, yes, we can style it. So that would be useful for displaying the cursor position and things like that. Right, so if we keep track of the rows, right, and the row is going to be a number, which is the start, which is the number, and then n, which will also be not ender, number. And then we want to keep track of that in here as well. So we can do rows is going to be an array of rows. Right, something like that. Does that, well, no, we want to put that, I'm going to put that here. Yeah, this needs to be line number. I forgot to add it to that. Okay. And then, yeah, rows can just start out as 1, I think. Or a null, rather. Does that compile? It does. Okay. And want to, well, maybe we don't want to start it out as that. Right, so currently there's not. That is not assignable to row. It's 0. But it is an array. Right, I don't know if that's how I want to initialize it. I might start it out as null and initialize it in a function. Okay, but that does work. And then we need to keep track of it. So I'm gonna steal it from regular Kano. That's the data structure I'm gonna use for now. Well, so buffer.c. So this looks very bad. I'll use it. It does not look good when I don't have tmux because that changes how the colors work. Let's see. So calculate rows. So we need to do this. So we need to iterate through and see all of the new lines. Yeah, so I think we can do that. I need a way to print out. Is there a new line, perhaps? HTML canvas new line. I don't think there's a way to display that, so we might have to do it line by line, such as that. So yeah, if we do something like this, I think that will work. This is light mode. That's not ideal. Very much flashbang. That's okay. Yes, let's try that then. So we'll create this function. So it might be, let's see. So you can do stuff with classes and methods and stuff, but I'm just not programming it like that because, yeah. So we'll have the buffer, which is going to be a data, right? Data. Let me just do the same thing. So we'll set the count equal to 0. Yeah, we just need to count all the rows basically. So buff dot rows dot length equals 0. That's an equivalent of it. And then start. Why do we have to do that? Okay, start. Yeah. Can we not set it just in there? No, we can't. Alright, yes, we do need a thing for that. So let's start equals 0. And then 4, I don't remember how you do loops here. Do it like that. I equals 0. I is less than buffer.rows, buffer.data dot. Or is it text? Oh, it's actually text.data. That's not great, but okay. I plus, and then we can do a similar thing to this. There might be certain function you can use for this to make it more efficient, but I don't know exactly. I'm just going to program it like C. Data. Buffer.data, so we'll buffer.text. Data I equals new line, which actually, right, we can check strings like that, so that will actually work. If that, I think this worked, then we want to append to that. So we can just push to the rows I can. Push. That should work. Start. Hi Stam, how you doing? Crab coding. Rust mentioned. Alright, buff.rows. No, what is it? It is start, and then end is I. And we can say start equals I plus 1. Okay, something like that. Does that compile? Yes, so this is not how you define that. WGym for real. I went to the gym earlier today. WGym. Alright, and that compiles. That's cool. So we want to calculate that each time we insert something. Right, we'll do that for now. Calculate rows. If we do that, that should work. And then to insert the text, I think, well, how do we want to do that? I think we can do it differently than this because it's going to be easier. Right, how do we insert text now? So we do it like this, and I think we want to actually calculate here, but we call this which calculates, so that should be fine. But now we have all the rows, so if I print, not print, but console.log, buffer.rows, met your classmate today at the gym, W. Does that work? So if I refresh this. Alright, so what does this look like then? Start 0 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, W. Yeah, so now we have that. So we know the position where all of the rows are. So we want to iterate over those and print out the correct things. Essentially. Actually, yesterday. Bruh. Sam doesn't even know what day it is. So let's, well, we can calculate it. Let's calculate it here. And then call display text. Because the text is not going to change at this point. Then we get this, and when we fill text, we want to iterate over the lines. Or the rows, rather. You don't know when it was, bro. I don't remember. It was sometime in the last 2 years. Push-ups. Alright, 10 push-ups. I will create this for you, and then I will do it. 0. I is less than, buffer.rows.right. Plus. Alright. 10 push-ups. And 20 push-ups. 30 I'll do 50. Okay, I'll do 20 and then I'll do 20 more. Because I did do, I did chest today in the gym, so a little tired already. Alright, so that's 4, right? So that'd be 40. Yeah, so I'll do 20 and then 20. Like, 25 minutes, then 20. Okay. I did 20, so I'll do 20 more in like 5 minutes. Remind me if I forget to do it. I want to fill slices of it. So how does that work? There was this, which is light mode. Sorry about that. Sweaty, not too sweaty. I get sweaty from like longer things like cardio, but not really from calisthenics as much. So that's for each thing in it. That's not great. Well, okay, that's interesting. This might be easier. But we might need the lines for something different, perhaps. Cardio W, for real. That's interesting. I'm going to install Dark Reader because this kind of, because I created a new profile. Let's see. Because I would like to be able to do that. Can I do this, please? Thank you. What's your gym activity? What do you mean? Like the split or? All right, let's see. Can I do that now, please? My mouse is going crazy. There we go. Yeah. I don't want it on every site though, because that's gonna actually slow it down a lot. Enabled by default? No, but I want it enabled here. Perfect. What do you do there? I do push, pull, legs, right? So I do that kind of split because I'm able to go pretty much every day. So like push, I do like chest and triceps, right? And shoulders as well, usually, just on that day. And then pull is like back stuff, as well as biceps. And then legs is obviously legs. Yeah. Dark reader doesn't make, well, GitHub has a dark by default, right? I just had to enable it. I don't know where. Somewhere. Fill text. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do that. So let's see, how can I print it out? I don't want to iterate through every one, but I think we can slice it like this. Shower to get rid of sweat. True. That makes sense. Let's see. So that's not the right place. We want to slice it like this, though. Do we want to keep track of the previous slice then? Or, well, no, we can just slice. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do that dot slice from buffer dot rows. Can you iterate differently in for loops where you don't do an index like that? I don't know. Buffer dot rows I start to not stat start buffer dot rows I dot end, right? And then we also have the buffer line. Do you do cardio? It's not really at the gym too much. I do like a warm up for 5 minutes, and then usually I mean, I need to do more, but sometimes I'll play football and stuff with my brother. Today, ooh, that is not the right thing. Let me change that. I forgot to update the bot. That was yesterday. In TypeScript. There we go. All right, now it should be the right thing. Football? No, American football. Why does it not work now? Right, that should be right, but I can't read it. Let me see. Today. There we go. Yeah, so that is the right thing now. W. Sorry, I forgot to. I usually update it before the stream, but I forgot to do that today. Slice that. Okay, and then the line, we'll keep it as that, but we might want to change that. Well, we can actually use the I. Right, and then we don't need to keep track of the line. I don't think, but we'll see. So there's some issues. Cannot find I. Yes, I need to let I. Football, no, yes. The real football. Alright, let's see. Does that work? No, so now I can't type anything. What does the console say? It does print that out every time. I don't want to do that. So this doesn't work. Buffer.text data, it won't slice that properly. Does slice not, that might not work on a, well, it should work on a string because it looks like it does here. TypeScript means it will be a, yes, it is in the browser. So I just, it's kind of like a fun project. It's not super serious. I just wanted to learn TypeScript and potentially some other things as well. And it will be in the browser, so that's cool, like portability stuff. TS means Theo, true. Yeah, but it is in the browser. So right now, there is the version here on there, which you can check out. You just need to have TypeScript installed, and that's all it uses. It's not anything special. You just have to compile the TypeScript file and then open the HTML, and then you can use it, right? I don't have a working version right now because something broke in the previous thing that I did. So why is that? Reload and see. So what is the current line is 1. Does it not work because of that now? It should be fine. But the length is 0 right now. Well, the length should be 1. Let me see here. No, right here. Length is 0. Okay, so we need to actually, to start, we'll push to this. Or if we calculate the rows. Let's start it at 1. Right, I need to think about how to do that. So we do this, and with the first one is going to be different, though. Yo! Last time you wanted to come about? Yes. That happened. This actually happened quite a few times. How you doing? How's it going? Still on Arch? Yes, I am still on Arch. Have been for like 2 years now or something like that. More than that. Yeah, but it's going good. How are you? I'm working on a text editor right now, but I'm using TypeScript. Which I don't know I'm not very familiar with it, so I won't ever go back to Arch. What are you using now? I don't remember. Me neither. Whip Arch. So this goes here. Yes. On NixOS and Gentoo. Ooh, okay. C code, yes. This is actually this is the text editor that I implemented before, which is actually called Kano. I can open it here. Right, so I'm sort of making a TypeScript port of it, but it's not really a port. Oh, right here, Kano. So I'm using that to remember how I made the data structure for the text. Using Gentoo on your work laptop. And Gentoo's a lot better than Arch. I've never used Gentoo or NixOS. NixOS is so handy, I don't think I'll be able to forget it and go back to Arch. That's fair. Zero. Make it 1. Right. But it doesn't print anything. But the data should be there. But the start and end are 0, so that's not great. Let me go here. What do I do for that? So what if it's not a new line? At the end we append the last one, so I forgot to do that. So buffer.rows.push. Start, and then, okay, that makes sense. But start and end is buffer.text.data.length. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that's how we get the last one, and that will also do the first line, if we don't have a new line. There we go, okay. And that seems to work, so we can print that. There is no cursor right now, so we'll get to that, but... Okay, that's pretty cool. Use that. Have not, don't know what it is. Cuations? Peer-to-peer internet, yes. Alright, W, so this works. I don't really like the font. Can we... Ooh, it seems that we also are limited. Right, by the size of the canvas. So, how do you set the size of the canvas? Can we look at that? Or, like, increase it? Is that something that we can do? Because right now it's just a regular canvas, but what else? Legibility issues? Yeah, I don't care about that. It doesn't matter. So, how do you change the size? Is that a thing? Let's go back to the canvas tutorial. Basic usage. Can you get... Alright, so width and height is that. Can I set it to the screen width and height? I want it to scroll as well, but we'll get to that later. Size arbitrarily. Is there a way you can resize from TypeScript? Or, whatever. Let's see. What has been fixed? I just got it so you can have a new line. Because I'm moving it over to a canvas rather than a paragraph. Because before I was just setting the internal text of the paragraph, and that caused some issues. But this allows me to display it a bit nicer. The issue now is the size of the canvas. The default size is not great. We can close all that. I don't need that. Painful moving from C to TypeScript. No compiler guardrails. Well, there is compiler. I'm not trying to switch over entirely. I just wanted to learn TypeScript. So I thought a fun thing to do would be to implement a text editor. I'm still working on this one, the C one. This is just sort of a fun project. But there is compiler guardrails, right? Because TypeScript is compiled. Technically, it's transpiled or whatever. But right, yes. So is there a way to resize transformations? That could be useful. I don't care about restoring the state. Well, that might be something interesting for the future, but not now. That could actually be cool if you save it. Well, actually, that might use a lot of memory, but for like undoing. Translate. All right, can we do that? Yeah, so translate. Can we take a look at that? If I said, well, let's see. So we can figure out. Can we get the screen width and size? Is that a thing you can do, or is that not available to the canvas? And, all right, so it is large. So we can just set it like that. Let's do it after that though. It's fine. Okay. So, hosting a Tor node, starting your own VPN. Yes, true. So maybe we could just start with this, and we'll worry about resizing it later and scrolling and whatnot. But that should be decent. All right, so let's try to make the cursor. I think that would be interesting. So then, I don't think we need the current line. I don't think this is really used anymore. Get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of that. Right, because we can just figure out the lines based on the amount of rows. Posting them can be harmful. Yeah, true. So let's see. So all of the display is fine for now. And this actually inserts into the string at the current position. So we can insert it like this and then go back. We can't tell where we're at, but it does insert from the middle. So actually I need a way to display the current one like that. So we want to basically change the, you could even just change the font, or can you set it to bold? Let me look at how that works. Basic usage, yeah, let's look at that. So other than, well, I actually want for text specifically, so let's go here. Font, text align, text baseline. Can we get like bold or something like that? Thought the title was clickbait. No. Press how you can keep focusing on your text. I can't have any chat or anything open. Yeah, I get that. A lot of people are like that. I know I can jump around to a lot of different things. Yes, not clickbait. Oh, this is actually cool. Yeah, how do you set the data? Can you change the font? Bold. All right, yeah, so you can set it to bold. So let's just set it to, if we're on the cursor currently, we want it to be bold. Right. Fake tweet incoming. It's very ADHD and haven't found meds that actually work. I don't think I have anything like that. It seems a lot of people do though. So we need to check if we're at the current cursor position and set the Right, so maybe we actually do want to print it one at a time. So I could do a secondary loop here. This will be buffer.data.1. Well, a lot of people have ADHD symptoms, but most don't have severe. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. Spectrum, so it's not black and white. Okay. Will this work? Really want to. Well, we could set it to the start. Yeah, well, actually, let's do that. So let's use without waves I dot start, and then go to the end. Instead of iterating it with the text like that, we can just print out each individual character, and if we're on the current one. Similar to autism, there are no two autistic people with the same level of autism. Right? Yes, I do know about that. That kind of spectrum thing. I didn't know ADHD was a similar way though. So data I. We can actually use J. So like that. Does that work? Buffer. Line is missing. Yes, we don't need line. Okay. What? Can't find the file now? Okay. Tons of ADHD people also have severe autistic traits. The further you go into severe ADHD, there's a lot of overlap then. All right, and now it doesn't work. Double. So I'm using the wrong thing here to display that. Well, that should be right. Oh yeah, but 0. We don't want to use 0. We want to use. What do we want to use here? Buffer.rows I.n minus j. Or j minus the n. No, because the n is going to be greater. Yeah. Almost. So we do need to multiply that. We'll do times 24. Not quite. Not quite. Very sociable, but don't get social cues at all. ADHD by. Right, so that's a little too much. Maybe do half? I should have something to keep track of font size in a variable, but right, it does not insert properly. It goes the wrong way. Checklist confirmed, true. So that is a bit interesting. So n minus j. So if j is at 0, and that is 12. Yeah, so it needs to be the opposite way. Right, and we can't do that because that would be negative, so that's not quite right. Not sure. Okay, that seems to be close. It doesn't seem to be consistent though. Like the spacing is wrong. Most people are what by? Yeah, true. Okay, less about that and more about how we interact with. Yes, true. Very wise. Okay, so that seems to be all right. I feel like that's too much. But then that is not enough of a gap. So And sometimes it overlaps. It depends on what it is. I feel like that might be due to the font, though. What if I just use the default font? I don't know what that is. See, now that looks weird. Why does it look like this? What is another font? I'll just use that still. It'll be fine. It's too big. Yeah, so I do need to keep track of that in the variable. Back. What did I miss? Just working on the editor. Not much progress. Sort of just messing around, trying to figure some things out. Missed a Theo video. True. Missed the project wrap up and starting a new project and taking over the world by inventing a new overhyped tech scam after EVs, crypto, AI, etc. Very true. It's an EV that you pay with crypto to use, and it's powered by AI, and also more blockchain stuff. Why you a nerd JS/TS dev that feels trendy aren't using the most fresh TypeScript framework that came out 1 hour ago? Well, you know, the real devs build their own framework. Why is the spacing like that? I don't get that exactly. It's kind of sus, but I think it's all right. It's all right. So now we can check the cursor position, right, and change the font. So we'll just set it to bold. So if j equals buffer.cursor, then we'll set the font equals 24 pixel 7. Else. Well, we don't really need the else. We can just set it every time. Yeah, no, but I want to keep bold. There we go. That should work. Your turn to build your framework to get love/hate. Very true. I should do that sometime. Build a framework. Just wrote a bill for $650 for a project I worked a few hours on today. Customer already paid. W? Was it a TypeScript project? Okay, so that seems cool. Ooh, what is this? What is this? What? Wait, did it scroll automatically? No. That was interesting. How does it do that? But yes, this does work, so I can tell where it's at. Is there another thing besides bold? Font value. Is there... Where can I see everything? CSS font. Yes. Sans. Can I use sans instead? I should have a variable for this though. Does that work? I don't know. I don't really know fonts. Automation project mostly written with Python as their admin. Okay, cool. Python's good. We like Python. We should display it one. I don't know why it scrolls. Ooh, it scrolls because the arrow keys scroll. Okay. Also the up and down arrows. But that's fine. So let's see, refresh that. Yes, I want to display one less. But if the cursor is 0, we don't really want it to be it. Now you can deploy new phones and tablets with less than 5 minutes work. W? Considering that, you were probably too true. J equals that. But we want J plus 1 equals that. There we go. Yeah, and then it displays it better. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't like the scrolling though. So I think maybe I will change this. Change the size. Let's see, where do I set the width? I don't really want to set it every time. I'll just do this. That's fine. I don't like that it scrolls. It is what it is. Just fine doing more for less than 4 hours of work. More projects, W. W is. Yeah, what is another font thing? So what else do we have? Italic, that's not very good. Is it like highlight? I don't know if that's a thing. I'm not a web developer, so I don't know what it is. Why does it keep saying that? Well, it can't find the file. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't seem to do anything. Is there something similar to that, though? Height, font style, normal, oblique. What is oblique? You're not a web dev here on Twitch. Very true. You gotta be a web dev. Font style. What is that? Interesting. I'll be right back. Give me like 3 minutes. Okay, I am back. Let's see. Yeah, so what is oblique? Is bold part of this, or is that a different thing entirely? Hey Tim, how you doing? How's the gym? What is bold? I think I messed it up. Font weight, that is okay. Bolder. What is bolder? I don't know a lot of these things. I'm heavy, I'm lighter. Let's maybe search. So, canvas. I want to, hello, cactus, highlight, text. Can I do that? Or maybe I could just draw a rectangle? That could be interesting. Torn all that shitty stuff. True. For the first time in a few weeks, because I was sick. Okay. What'd you hit today? Was it cardio or weights? Highlight me. Yeah, I might just do like a fill line type of thing. Murder cow with this topic already. True. Chest. W chest. That's probably my favorite to hit. Very true. Yeah, so I don't really want to. For now, I'll just do bold, right? Because that's good. I'll even do bolder. But yeah, I think that's going to be the way to do it. Rather than changing the font, just draw a rectangle or something like that over it. And now we're cooked. What is this? So, why is it all bold now? Change the width. Width equals, let's do 1000. Height equals, we'll do 1000 as well. Okay, what's the deal? Why is it all bold now? j plus 1 equals the cursor, then do that. Otherwise, we set it to this. So why would it all be bold? It's saving. How do you do this? So we love that. Started developing a CLI front end for your school online register where you have your marks, homework, and stuff like this. Oh shoot, that's a lot of big text. Okay, it's developed by a private outsourcing company, so I don't have any API documentation. What you do is you monitor the request that the browser sends in order to get the things done. Almost done with understanding how to log in. That's very cool. Very tricky. You have to follow a bunch of redirects and collect cookies and then put it all together to get a temporary API token. It sounds like a cool project though. Would be fun, I think. Okay, and Stam just copied it. Interesting. So why is it all bold? Is the cursor not right? Do add the link each time. And it redraws it every time, right? Or, well, can we clear a canvas actually? Is that something you can do? Clear rect. Is there not clear the entire canvas? Oh, okay. So this, yeah. So we want to do this. We'll just do this every time. The same word by word. True. Yeah, we want to go to the context. And before we do anything, we'll just clear. It's just gonna be easier. Clear rect 0 0. Stop it. Stop time. Okay, W. And that doesn't quite work. And also it does weird stuff. So what's the deal here? Okay, that's better. I still don't know why there's these weird gaps, but there is, so. Okay. That does seem to work though. And we can tell where we're at with the bold. That's good enough for now. Could I underline? Because I feel like the underlining would look better, but I don't know if that's a thing. It seems to not be. So let's do both. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Tell them about the Lichess Tui prawn iron. Okay, we'll do that. Is it on the GitHub? Or is it not? Yet another Kano clone. Yes. No, it is not. Let me see if I can find it. Is it on your GitHub? Or is it on Pra's GitHub? Oh, here we go. Which one's the main one? Okay. This is forked from Pra, so we'll do that one. Run it to show us all the beauty. I don't know if I'll run it. Coming soon. Yeah, I don't know how to build it. There's no instructions here. I think we're good. Let's look at it though. Definitely check it out though. I'll put the... For some reason the box function in end curses makes non-square rectangles. Bruh. Bulls don't run it. I will not run it. It's written in C. I thought you were using Go. Probably may. No, I won't run it. I won't run it. Trust. Ooh, this is a lot of code. Like a quarter of the code is commented out. That's fun. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Very cool. Okay, a lot of stuff there. I can see you guys have put a lot of work into it so far. This is awful. Very true. No, I'm just kidding. I'm confused. You actually want me to run it? And you're joking? I'm a little confused. It's not very much though, so we'll look at it again once you're more done. Box, so why is the box not square? Box. Oh yeah, well that's because just how this is, right? Like 1 pixel here, you can see it's taller than it is wide, so you have to adjust for that. That's why it would be not square. Okay, very cool. We'll look at that again once it's more done. I'll put the link in the video description on YouTube though when that comes out. Brah, for real, brah. Let's see. So what I'd like to do now. Yes, we can go there and it just goes there. Beautiful. Alright, that's pretty cool that works. Go off screen. It's hard to do stuff when it does that. So let's maybe do I want to make modes? I don't know that I want to do that yet. I'm gonna get it more locked in. Gotta get locked in for real. So if I use it like this, it'll be great. Why does it go off there? That's a bit strange. It doesn't go off there. I do check the boundary though, so I don't know why it would go like that. If it's 0. Because we do j plus 1. Right, because we wanted to... Okay, that's fine. Thanks for showing it. Yes, for sure. I'll try it out once it's closer to being usable. I don't know why it displays all weird like that, though. It's very strange. I don't want to stroke the text. Pause. Right, what's the difference? I think it's the same thing. I love how TypeScript uses strings for keys. Very true. It's just so slow, it won't make it worse. TypeScript is actually goated. Wait, what do we do here? Is there a way to make it better, right? Because it has to do with this. So can we... Let's use a different font. What's some fonts that I can use? Can I see some fonts, please? Oh, here. Wait, this is the font, right? No, that's the clear. Font value. What's a good font? Sans serif. Is that better than regular? I don't really know anything about fonts either. Are those TypeScript streams ultimately memes? Well, you know, I'm actually trying to learn TypeScript. But it's kind of a meme also, so... Okay, that looks a lot better. There's still the gaps, like with J. And I think it's because of the how it is. So we might want to change how this works. Can I go back here? How did they fill it here? But this is interesting. Y plus I times line height. My times 15. To add. Right, yeah, that's kind of too much. One thing I noticed when I was trying to understand all the API endpoints, requests, and responses to expect from the school register API is that it uses some Italian names inside the code. Imagine instead of getting a JSON, you get that for things that aren't meant to be rendered at the front. I see. Interesting. Where is X? How does it do that? It knows what the X is, but X doesn't get updated. This is the Y position, which makes sense. I don't get how that works exactly. Something like this. So I can try it out. What the heck? Imagine writing code in any language different to English. I cannot. I don't know any other language, so it won't quite work for me. Where does... So X doesn't get updated, so how does it display it like that? Oh, because it displays each line like that. I see. Yeah, it just prints out the whole line. Okay, that makes sense. So it's not each individual character, so that's a bit different. Imagine speaking any language different to English. For real, I can't imagine. English is just so goated that, you know, best language. Right, just the variance on that makes it very hard. I don't know what a good way to do that is. This font seems to work pretty good though. Like, unless you use L or J, it's spaced pretty well. Right, M and N get kind of weird. So let's maybe increase the gap then. Let's do 20, 24. It's gonna be kind of gap, but that's fine. Okay, that's a lot of gap actually. What's a better way to print that, right? Because I need to change the... You know, if I just draw the cursor instead of changing the font like this, let me try that. Just draw a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. So let's do dot fill rect. I think is what it is. Rect. Shapes. Can we do that? Fill rect. Yes. X, Y, width, and height. So I don't know what the width. We'll just do 24 by 24 for the width and height. We need to set the color as well, but we'll get to that. X and Y. So that's gonna be at the cursor position, and then the current line. I don't really. Well, why aren't you using Kano to develop this monster? No TypeScript syntax support? Well, I haven't made it, so I'm just using Vim. I do use Kano for the HTML though, because my Vim crashes on HTML. But yes, that is why. It's because of the highlighting. Which I could make one, but I just have not, because I am lazy. Let's see. So we want to actually do it when we are... Let me think. So we need the X and Y. So the X... So we can iterate, if we iterate over these, and then if the cursor is within that boundary, then fill the rectangle right there. Yeah. Buffer dot cursor is greater than or equal to buffer dot rows I dot start. And buffer dot cursor is less than or equal to buffer dot rows I dot end. Then fill the rectangle. So the Y is definitely going to be I. And then the X is going to be buffer dot rows I dot end minus buffer dot cursor. I think. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Wait, did that compile actually? There we go. Now it has. Okay. That's not quite right, is it? I think we need to multiply it. And this time's going to the position. Now I don't see it at all. So that might be too much. Yeah, that probably is too much. We also want to do this. Alright, and also it moves the wrong direction, so that is not quite right. So actually I think we want to do this differently. We want to do start. Cursor minus start. Hey Tobbs, how you doing? What's up? Alright, that is closer now. The Y is not quite right though. I also want to make it transparent, but we'll get there. That looks pretty good. I need it to be taller than it is. So let's see, that's the X. And that's gonna be too tall though. What theme is this? What theme is what? What do you mean by the theme? Still too much. Let's just do 30. Okay, and we do want to offset it by 1, I think. Okay, that looks pretty good. It still isn't quite right with that, but I think this means we can change how we do this, perhaps? If we just print out the whole line. I'm gonna go to sleep, have a CS test, which is based almost entirely based on automation. Alright, have a good night. I don't know why I could not read that, but so we can use slice, starting from rows I dot start buffer rows I dot end. And then, yeah, we don't need this. We still want that, but we want to just print it at 0. Let's just print the whole thing, I think. We don't really need this either. Here. And I do want to make it transparent, but we'll get there. Right, and now we can actually change this. Still, it needs to be more, I think, but... did you say the theme? I didn't... what do you mean by the theme? You mean the VS Code theme? Or not the VS Code. The Vim theme? VS Code? Yeah, you knew it. That's what I meant. Which thing about VS Code? I don't know what it is. Let me see. I don't usually use it. I usually use my own text editor. Let's see. Where is it at? W, okay. Is it in here? I don't remember where it goes at. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Where's it set up? Theme something? No. It'd be in there. I don't remember. I think we're cooked. Tree sitter. I have no idea what it is. Where would I see? It doesn't seem to be in here. I don't. I set it up like almost a year ago now. Uh, Default NeoVim colors. It might be. I don't know. 0.10, perhaps. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't really use it. I haven't used it for like 6 months. Too much. The height is not enough, so let's do that. Right, and this needs to be more still. That's not quite right. But since they have different sizes, might be kind of difficult. I had something about highlighting. Set the fill style. So what is this? This is the highlight thing. What does it highlight? Interesting. So that's like the color thing. Can I just do like blue? It does work, but it also changes the text. I don't want to do that. Let's actually set the fill style afterward. So context.fill style. Yeah. Just to set it to a default thing. So let's try that. Yeah, so I don't really like the blue. Gray is actually the same color as the background. Let's do black, but I want it to be 50%. Do that. I don't know how exactly the transparency is. That seems to not be right. Canvas transparency. Actually, it might be in here. Transparency. No. Styles and colors. Transparency. There we go. Global alpha. Now let's do that. Context dot global alpha is 50%. And then we'll set it to 100% after. Does not seem to be right. That does not work. So what was it? Did I read it wrong? Okay, yeah, so it's actually not like that. Be 0.5 rather. And this was be 1.0. Is that right? Yes, double. It seems to not be very much so. Very much so. That looks better. Okay. That's good. Not quite right. 0.5 actually probably looks better. It just didn't refresh properly. Okay. That's good. It just doesn't go over the text properly. Otherwise, it's good. I don't know why it's, oh yeah. That makes sense, actually. So how do we, interesting. How could I align it better? Perhaps I need to go back to how it was before, where we iterate over the, ways. I hit start. No, not that, end rather. And I++. That's there, and just print out. It's basically the text. I'll just use a different font that it needs to be. They're all the same size, all the characters, right? Like all the same width, or at least a consistent width. Let's do buffer dot text data j and at j. Well, not j except. Well, right. How do we print this out again? What's I doing? So I subtract j from Alright, there's actually a bunch of errors, so let's see what it is. N is undefined. Start and end. Why is that? Oh, buffer dot rows I. Can I not see that? It takes 31. It's not right. But it's in the there. Okay, so where is the n not an existent thing? Cosine at n? That should be right. Console. I see that. What does it look like? Which line is it actually? What is that one? For rows. Let me see. Buffer rows I dot end. Wisnoob followed. Thank you. Hey, how you doing? What is up? Did I say your name right? Why does it know what the end is? I'm confused. Fill text. Buffer rows I. Why is there start but not end? What are you working on? I am making a text editor. Right, so I actually. There it is, yeah. Made a text editor before already called Kano. I wrote it in a different language, so it's in C. And what I'm doing now is, it's not really rewriting it, but I'm writing another text editor in TypeScript this time. And I'm using sort of the original one as inspiration, but not copying it over, basically. So that is what I'm working on. So currently I have this. It doesn't, I'm in a point where it's not quite working right. But basically we have an HTML canvas, and then we write text onto the canvas. And that's basically how it works. And then we just do different things depending on what it is. So if it's enter, we'll insert a new line, things like that. Really cool. Thank you. But now I'm encountering some issues, so it seems to not want to display it right. So it doesn't display. Let's get rid of this. Grab this again. Let's display it like this. Dot slice. Dot rows I dot start. Buffer dot rows I dot end. So why can't it read that from here? This would just be J. No, there's no J. It just be 0 actually, because it's writing the whole line. So, right, and the issue I have is when I print it out like this, it's not really a consistent size, so I cannot, the cursor position, which is what this is supposed to be, doesn't overlay it properly. And also doesn't go to a new line, so I need to fix that. It should though. I times 24, but if it's 0, it should be 0. TypeScript or one Windows. No, I'm good. My computer, yes. Okay, so that works. We can't go up currently, but we can go back far enough to go up. But yeah, that just doesn't quite work, does it? So why can't we iterate? Why don't we have the end here? Let j equal that. File has been intrusive today. All good. Is your LSP on? No, I don't really use an LSP. This has actually doesn't even have it. It has this where it's just anything that's in the text, but I don't. I never set up an LSP, and so I never got into the habit of using it. And my text editor, which I usually use my own text editor for everything, and it doesn't have LSP support at the moment, so I'm used to not using anything like that at all. But right now I'm using it because of highlighting things with TypeScript. If we're in there, and then write it there. No text. I'm going to do this. Make it easier to detect errors. Yeah, maybe. I'm be out of bounds. Buffer.rows. It's a little confusing. Maybe it's because I want to use J here instead of I. That might actually be causing an issue. Because then we iterate I too far. Yeah, okay, so that's what it is. Yes, okay, cool. That's a bit too much room. Alright, that's what it was. I was just iterating I rather than J, so. Let's see, but then this gets some issues with M and N, where they overlap. So that's not right. Do 24 for now. There's going to be a lot of gap, but then we can also display it more consistently. So, let's see. Let's do 24. The whole thing is filled up. That is cool. Right, it's kind of a lot of gap. It doesn't look very nice, but what's a better way to do that, perhaps? View your portfolio website. Well, I could take a look at it. Hopefully it's not a virus. Alright, yes, it seems to not be. This looks very cool, though. So, iTerm. Can move that around. That's cool. Self-taught web developer, W. Does this work? Which one is the full screen? Ooh, okay, that's very cool. That works. Tmux home about. It's a little slow, but that might be my fault. Name is that W. All right, this is a cool way to do that. I like that. Programming, gaming, eating. That's a cool hobby. Not sleeping. Commented out. That's funny. Wow, that's a lot of projects. Very cool. I'm not going to go through each project, but name was used to mint NFTs. Interesting. Guest book. I like the aesthetic. You know what I'm saying. Sign in to leave a message. Okay, cool. I'm not going to sign in and leave a message. Or is that not an actual thing? What is this? Articles. Ooh, cool. Next.js, double. Okay, that's very cool. I like it. Next.js, Tailwind. Alright, I've never used any of these. Next.js, Tailwind, Nextdoc, or Prisma, so very cool though. I like it. Thank you for the star. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. That was very cool. Let's see. So that works for now, I suppose. I feel like I could make it at least a little less width. So we could do 20 perhaps. Yeah, okay, that fits a bit better. It's still not lined quite right and things like that. And there is a little gap, so I think maybe we could make this even 20. Would that work? Right now that goes way out. But yeah, they don't overlap now, so I think we can go with 20. Alright, so that's cool. Good enough for now. I'll commit that. Because I haven't committed it, so. Let's see, so I've got to go in about 5 minutes. It's a little frozen for me, but let's see. So switch from paragraphs to canvas to display the text. All right, push that. Very cool. That's a lot better way of doing it, I think. And I feel like there is perhaps let's see. So we need to find a better way to render it because this doesn't quite look good, right? It's not very clean looking. So make a new text renderer. I don't care about the cursor at the moment. I need to move up and down. Like that needs to be supported, of course. Yeah, and then we can get into different modes and cool stuff, right? Let's set the background of the canvas. Can I do that? Just style equals. Let's see, how do you do that? Color is blue. What if I do that? Ooh, it does. Okay, cool. I can't see anything though. Why is it overwrite? Why is the text now not visible? Light gray is a little too light. Sorry, there's some running water. Why is dark gray lighter than regular gray? But why? Alright, so I might need to set that a different way. Because it'd be nice if there was like a background cut. Maybe I could make it look exactly like VS Code. Codium. Let's open that. Can I please? Thank you. I haven't used this in a long time, but I can make it, like I can do, basically clone it. That could be interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we just scrolled down. That was what the issue was. Cool. Let's go back. So we can do that. Background color. Let's use black. What is that? Yeah, so black is actually the same color as that, so that's not very good. We'll use a hex value, yes. Yeah, because that's a little too light. I don't like that. Hex. Can I look at that? Or just like a hex color picker, maybe? Color picker. Oh, I think there's one built into Google, right? Yeah, there we go. Very light, though. So there's going to be a flashback for a little bit. Apologize. Let's go to a gray. See, I want a darker gray. Well, let's look for actually a dark color palette. I'll find something good, and then I'll have the darker one. Let's see. Is there one that looks good? Everything's light mode. That's nice. Let's see. What if we do these two? So this will be the background, right? The body background. Actually, I have the style up here, so let's do that. I copied this. So we'll have that, and I think we have to use this. Does this work? It's just white. How do you get it to not be? Can I do this? RGB values like that? I'm not very familiar with this, like I've said. Why is it like that? Actually, do you do it outside of one of these? Okay, there we go. So that works. Cool. And then, yeah, we'll do for this other one. Let's see. Background color would be this one. Does that look good? The text should probably be white. It's not synced right. Fill style is white. There we go. Okay. That's kind of cool. I feel like I should make some changes. What if we use just black for the background? Right. I can, refine it a bit later, but why does it fill the whole thing with black? There we go. Okay. Yes. Maybe go back to this. I was trying to, try a few things out. See what looks good. Supposed to use this. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good with the white text and everything. Yes, and also I can see the size of the canvas. That's nice. And then we'll need to resize it. So some of the things we'll need to get the width, and once it goes over the width, we need to obviously go to a new line. So we'll handle that similar to how Vim does it, right? Where you have you type and you'll do a new line, it just continues on to the next line. So the render line might be different than the actual line. So that is something we'll need to consider. And then also, when you scroll down far enough, right, it needs to not only scroll, but well, it needs to scroll and resize it, right? So those are things that need to be considered. But that will be for the next streams. So I will commit this, and then I do have to go. Test. Hello, Stam. W test. All right, that seems to work. Seems to be working. Issues 1. C port when. Ooh, okay. I did not see this till now. Okay, W. Yeah, but I gotta go now, so let's kill the session. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.